In 2 Kings chapter 19, the kingdom of Judah stands under the threat of the mighty Assyrian Empire. After hearing the words of the Assyrian officials mocking Judah and the Lord, King Hezekiah responds with humility and prayer. When Hezekiah hears the report, he tears his clothes, puts on sackcloth, and goes into the temple of the Lord. He sends his leading priests to the prophet Isaiah, asking him to pray for the people who remain in Jerusalem. The message describes the situation as a day of distress and disgrace. Judah feels powerless before the threat surrounding them. Isaiah sends back a message from the Lord, telling Hezekiah not to be afraid. God declares that he will put a spirit in the king of Assyria, so that he will return to his own land. Meanwhile, Sennacherib king of Assyria moves from Lachish and fights against Libnah. Hearing of another army marching against him, Sennacherib sends another threatening message to Hezekiah. The letter warns Hezekiah of trusting God's promise. He points to the many nations Assyria has already conquered. When Hezekiah receives the letter, he goes to the temple and spreads it out before the Lord. Then he prays. Hezekiah asks God to hear the insults of Sennacherib and save Jerusalem, so all nations may know the Lord alone is God. In response, Isaiah sends another message. God says Jerusalem laughs at Assyria's arrogance because they mock the Holy One of Israel. The Lord reminds Assyria that its victories only happened because he allowed them, but now their pride has gone too far. God declares that Sennacherib will not enter Jerusalem, shoot an arrow there, or build a siege ramp against it. That night, the angel of the Lord moves through the Assyrian camp, and 185,000 soldiers die. When the survivors wake up, the camp is filled with the dead. Sennacherib breaks camp and returns to Nineveh. Later, while worshipping in the temple of his god Nisroch, he is assassinated by 2 of his own sons. This chapter marks a major turning point. Jerusalem is saved not by military strength, but through trust in the Lord. While Assyria relied on power, Hezekiah turned to prayer, and God proved that no empire is greater than his authority. Next comes 2 Kings chapter 20, where Hezekiah faces a personal crisis involving sickness and healing.